Morning all, hello, welcome along. Been looking forward to this show actually. Let me introduce you to someone who I have known of for years.
Very much, lot of years.
This is Nick, the legend that is Nick from Bulgaria. Good to see you, mate.
Hello there, lovely to meet you. Properly.
Well, properly, absolutely. We've seen each other kind of in the corridors and stuff that, but not done a show together.
No, very exciting.
Tell us a little bit how you got into this, because you're an avid viewer to Hochanda, and now you've got your own range, haven't you?
Yeah, it all started off with just making little bits and pieces for myself, and people were starting to ask, oh, you know, we'd love to use it, and coming on television, something I'd never wanted to do ever. But it's the only way I can really get out there and share something different. I want it to be different. I want people to have fun, and really that's why I do it.
And I've worn the shirt you asked me to put on.
I have,
as well,
yeah.
Now, let's show you the latest collection that Nick's bringing us. He launched one with us a couple of weeks ago, or a week or so ago. This one has not been to air. It's brand new. Now, it's a combination of fantastic stencils, amazing stamps, and a brand new departure into the die. Now, can I just give you a heads up on this? Look at this stunning die. This is part of the bundle. It's in the bundle, but it is also available individually, and we think it's going to sell out individually very quickly. That's just such an uplifting image of the dolphin leaping out of the water, the sun's rays behind it. How have you done a die like that? I've never seen a die like that.
I love dolphins, and that's something I really wanted to get in a die, and I did the design. My the producer that does the dies and stamps for me wasn't that keen, so I did it with a craft knife, and then sent the picture, and I said, look, if I can do it with a craft knife, you can do it with a die.
Yeah.
So.
Because there's hardly any metal in it. It's so thin.
Yeah,
it's a hard thing to actually manufacture.
It's just to get that fine line. So this is the first die in my leaded lights collection.
Oh, this is stunning. This is going to absolutely fly. There's the die on its own if you would like it. It's down the bottom of the screen. It's $19.99, but remember, it's part of the bigger bundle. And these stamps, actually, you're actually doing bigger stamps than you've done before, aren't you? These are nearly A4, aren't they?
They're not far off of the A4s. You know, I wanted to get on as much as I could, and the only way to do that was to give you the nice sizes to be used across all projects.
Yeah.
It was really the only way to bring them to you. But what I've done is I have kept the price on the individuals, you know, as low as possible, so they're not that much more expensive at the moment than an A5 stamp sheet.
I mean, going forward, they'll have to go up in price, but at the moment you've kept the price the same for us, which is fantastic. And you've never done flowers before? This is your first?
No, this is the first time I've done flowers. I wanted them a little bit different. It's a joke in my design team, actually, because one of them is a cross between a cowslip and a lily of the valley, so we call it Cowslip of the Valley.
Oh, I like
this one here, you know, it's they're just fantasy flowers, but you know, to do whatever you want. I've done sort of some embroidery there, and
because you do so many different types of craft. It's not just card making. You do all sorts.
Yeah, I like across the board. You know, I'll try something out, and if I don't like it, I won't. There's very rarely something I don't like. Yeah. Because it's all, you know, using your hands, creating something from nothing.
And whether it's cards you're making, a mobile phone cover we just showed you there as well.
Yeah, fantastic, from Cheryl.
So these are the stamps, but then you've also got all of these other texture stencils that are down the bottom there as well, all designed by your own fair hands.
Yep, all drawn. There's one there, the flower orbit is my favourite.
Which one's that?
It's the this one. It took ages to draw, but you know, well worth it. I mean, the effects on there I love. And I hope, you know, you can use it on any project, so...
I mean, look at the detail in it. It's absolutely immense. And unlike stencils I've ever seen before. So I love the fact you're doing something different. You're not kind of, you know, thinking, oh, well, that's proving popular, I'll do the same. Everything is unique, everything is different. That one there, the fancy... What is that one called? Fancy
Flourish.
Flourish. And then the last one over there, just next to it.
Branching out.
Branching
And that's out of my garden, actually. That's from a picture of the garden, yeah.
Wow. Now, all of this together, including that fantastic leaping dolphin die, is only $26.98 on Freedom Flexi. If you're in the Freedom Club, you're going to get that price, and you can spread it into 2 payments. So $26.98 today, $26.98 in 4 weeks' time. You're getting the whole lot. Now, just imagine, you'll be in your element. I mean, look at this piece of jewellery here, for example. That's been made from just one of the stamps in the collection. Now, when I looked at the stamps, I thought, oh, photopolymer, but they're not photopolymer, are they?
No, they're thermoplastic rubber. I wanted a clear stamp, but I also wanted something that you could use for your heat techniques, your ultra-thick embossing powders, you know, to do everything but still be clear so you can position.
So they're as versatile as red rubber would be.
Yep.
You can use them with your heated mediums as well, not worrying at all. So you're the only one that does that.
Yeah, I don't know any other company that does them.
No, but they stamp beautifully.
Yeah, and they're 100% recyclable as well, which is really quite important to me and a lot of you as well.
Now, the bundle, a quarter of the stock has gone already.
Oh, is it really? Thank you.
In 5 minutes. So this is probably going to be a sellout by the looks of it. Just, you know.
Thank you very much.
If you want to buy anything individually, you can do as well. They're also on the website, so if you want to buy individual stamp sets, if you want to buy just one stencil, if you just want to buy, and who wouldn't want to buy this wonderful leaping dolphin die, they're available individually on the website as well. The dolphin die is flying at $19.99, $109,629. If you want the big bundle, though, that is going very fast as well. For just £7 more than you're paying for the dolphin die today, you can have the whole bundle. OK, you pay in 2 payments, but it's great, absolutely great. 035168, your item number.
And this slots in really well to the, because I'm doing it so it builds a really good library for you, so the Craftascope library, I'm calling it. So these slot in so that you've got a whole range. Eventually it'll build up to a whole big package to do anything you like.
And it all complements each other.
Yep.
Great, OK. Now, something else that's brand new today, actually everything on this part of the counter is new. This is your Craftascope Rose Petal die set. There's 10 dies in here. And if I turn it round, you'll see. So this is only the second die that you've produced, is that right? Or second?
This is the third one now.
One.
Yep, this is.
But look, those dies make these petals that you can see here. All of these flowers are made with these petal dies. £9.99 is all this is. You cannot tell that's not a real flower.
No, it's. I think the foam around is just so good. I mean, I love cutting out, and I've never minded cutting the petals myself, but after doing this, I'm never cutting them out again.
No, absolutely not.
Because it is a long process, but now you can run through 7 or 8 layers in, you know, a few seconds.
So you use foam around, that's your favoured method. You can use card, of course, as well if you want to.
Oh, yeah. Card's lovely. You know, if you want to do it with card, I mean, there's other ways of using it as well. I've used it for making balloons, you know, for a card, making balloons, or you can actually. Well, I'll show you later in the demo, but to get something completely different from it as well.
Well, now look at this price. Only $9.99, 255941 your item number. All these flowers here in the display. This big one as well. That's also been made using these.
Yeah,
dies
you need
as well.
the larger die for that, and then if you use the largest die, you'll get the middle. But if you want the outside, you will need to cut those. It was simply just to keep the price affordable. Right. I wanted, you know, most people will want to cut the regular sizes, but if you want to do something like that, you know, you can cut them out. It's just for cost-wise. I didn't really want people to have to spend. No. Well, under a tenner, you've got those petals. 255941. Now, this is the bundle that Nick launched last week. I wasn't here when he launched it, so for me this is new. Maybe you've already ordered this and it's on its way. Tell us about this collection, Nick. Dear, this is a really exciting collection. It started off with the hands, the handy helpers. Right. And it just grew from there. You know, there's some fantastic stencils in there to add to all your projects. Stamp sheets, you can layer them up. The ATC Antics is specially designed to work with your ATC die collection. Yep, which is in the kit. Yep, I've done some boards as well for later on. So they all work really well together. And then we've got some layering stamps. They are meant to be layering stamps, but they work absolutely perfectly. So up the top here, this is all stencils up to here. Then where you've got the helping hands just here, that's actually a rubber stamp sheet.
which is beautifully done.
It's fantastic quality. It's actually done by my friends Sarah and Vicky from Stamp Addicts.
Oh, okay, yeah. They produced them for you?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, fantastic.
They made an amazing job with it.
And then down the front here, again, these are the clear stamps, aren't they?
Yeah, these are all the thermoplastic ones, and again, they're larger sizes than the A5, but I've left them as A5.
So those are the ATC stamp to stamp your card with and so on. Lovely texture stamps here as well. Wonderful backgrounds. Textures one, that's cool. And then down the end here, this is what flew last time, and we've been able to get some more stock of it. ATCs are massively popular again at the moment.
They are very popular, yeah.
So let's have a little look at this. The idea behind this die is, of course, it will cut out your ATC pocket that you can put it into perfectly every time.
It was mainly I wanted. There's a few out there, but they're quite ornate.
Yeah.
And some people like a plain ATC card, but obviously I wanted to add a little bit extra value in there. So I did it so you could elongate it for boxes and. You know, the world's your oyster with it, really.
Look, how cute is this?
It's lovely, and the lovely little envelope that goes with it.
Absolutely. So all you need is cardstock of your choice. Use the die, cut them out, and there we are. Look, there's your ATCs. Look, you can print on the back from the stamp that's actually in the kit as well. So you can title it, you can sign it, if it's a limited edition or whatever. Love it, absolutely love it to bits.
Yeah, so a lot of people like to do a limited edition, maybe 4 of one, and then they do 1 of 4. You know, they do a selection of 4 or even like a triptych.
Yeah. And some of the faces as well that you've got on these stamps as well, they're beautiful. Really, really gorgeous collection, this. Now, this is on maximum flexi buy, so this is a why not deal. Now, what we mean by that is if you're not a member of the Freedom Club, join it before you buy this. It's only £6.97 for membership, because it will then save you more than the cost of your membership, okay? And you don't have to pay postage either. So it's on 3 flexis of £34.64. You pay that today, no P&P, because you're a Freedom Club member. Next payment in 4 weeks, final payment in 8 weeks' time. But a bumper bundle here, that's 9667. 746, and another bundle, which is where it all began, really.
This is where it all began, and this started because there was a lot of ladies' faces out there and nothing for men, so I thought it was an ideal opportunity to bring out something. And again, I've built in a little bit more extra to it so that you can get some very naturalistic looks. And
if I just show you here, if I take this away for a sec, just so you can see the stencil. It's very, very easy to trace around. You can also ink through it as well if you want to, and chalk through it too. But if you use the outside edge of the stencil and then use the inside edge of the stencil to trace around, you get a totally different looking face, or very similar looking.
It's very different. Yeah. It's amazing the differences you can get just from one stencil, just by playing around with the lines you use.
And if I just show you some of these are great. These finished samples are amazing. So I think a lot of people struggle with faces. I know I do.
I do.
Yeah, not now with the stencils.
Not now with the stencil. It takes a long time. You know, I took quite a long time. I had to draw it as a normal face and then use the light box to take out elements that I didn't want, and then gradually work backwards to a stencil. And then, obviously, for the stamps, I had to do the other. Yeah. So to bring it back to just giving you a little bit of more detail through there.
I absolutely love all of this. Is this right up your street? Very, very popular, everything. So I'll just quickly show you again, another one here. If you just want to do an outline in pencil, for example, and then blend it using the Pergamano blenders and that sort of thing, that's what you did with this.
With those.
Everyone can now create faces.
Everyone can, yeah. I mean, it's very easy. I mentioned earlier I've got a YouTube video on there. Right. So that's linked from my blog. So it takes you step by step from tracing the outline right through to finishing it off. How do people get your blogs? If they go to my Craftascope page on Facebook, there's links there to take them. Because it's one of them blogspot ones. But I tell you what, I have got it on all my packaging. Good. For more inspiration, because every project is blogged, and there's also links to the design team blogs as well, who also blog their projects. There we are, there it is. So that's if you want to follow Nick. Mouthful. There we are, yeah. But let's remind you what you get in the bundle. You're going to get the stencils for the faces. You get, is it 4 stencils? Yeah, 4 stencils, and then you've also got this wonderful collection of stamp sets as well, with wonderful verses, different fonts on it. You've got the dolphin swimming around there as well. Obviously, a firm favourite of yours, the dolphin. Yes, it is, yep. That's on Flexi. So if you'd like that, $22.88 today and $22.88 in 4 weeks' time. Very good time to buy right now. We've got busy phone lines and it's busy on the website. But if you'd like to order, place your order now, and we'll get on with demos after Janice tells you about Freedom.
Hello everyone, I've got a minute or two to tell you why you should all be members of Hochanda Freedom. Did you know that with Hochanda Freedom you could be saving on your deliveries every single month? For just a £6.97 monthly fee, you'll benefit from unlimited standard delivery, which means the more you spend with us, the more you save. And do you know the best bit? You can cancel at any time. Becoming a member of Hochanda Freedom, you'll also be able to take advantage of our exclusive Freedom members discounts, where you can save anything up to 20% on an already fantastic Hochanda price. Freedom members will also receive our exclusive members badge and Freedom newsletter, which will keep you updated with all the goings-on behind the scenes. Look at all these benefits for £6.97 per month. Over 12,000 of you are already members, and we thank you so much for being part of our family and sharing your crafting passion with us. In fact, I'm going to hand over to you to tell everyone else about your experience with Hochanda Freedom.
I'm a Freedom member, which means I can shop a lot.
It's the discounts and all the special offers you get.
I get special offers, I get special discounts. They tell me when everything's happening. So if there's a special show I want to watch, then it's there.
I'm able to just shop when I'd like.
It's just good to have. Yes, you do save. If you buy like I do, you save.
You see, you could be a member instantly for £6.97 per month with no monthly obligation. So when you want to cancel, you can. Just give us a call or go to our website quoting the item number 888 So, don't forget you get your unlimited standard delivery, exclusive Freedom discounts, members badge and members newsletter. What are you waiting for? Join Hochanda Freedom today and become a member of the growing Hochanda family.
Cheers, Janice. Well, I'm really chuffed that it's as busy as it is. The brand new bundle that Nick has launched today, the one with the flower stamps. Remember, you've got those fantastic stencils for textures and so on, and that amazing dolphin die. That is absolutely flying out. Quarter of the stock's gone in less than quarter of an hour. This is it. It's brand new today. What I love about it, Nick, is there's so many different things in there. It's not just a stamp set. It's got the stencils, you've got the die, you've got a bit of everything going on in there.
It's just, I love the collage stamps, but I just want people to try and, you know, come up with their own thing as well, you know, put their own stamp on it, if you like, you know.
Okay, well, also, the flower die that we're about to demonstrate, I'm glad we're doing this first, because this is flying as well. Half the stock of the flower die is gone. And remember, there are, I think it's, is it 6 dies in there?
10.
10 dies in there. All different petals and different sizes, but when you use it with your foam around that also Anna brings us, or it could be that you want to use cardstock, you could use felt, I suppose, as well.
Yeah, you can use felt. They all cut, all the dies cut through leather, they cut through fabric. There's some fabric samples I've got of the dolphin, I've done a cushion there.
Yeah.
You know, so they will cut through anything. It's always worth having a try, because at the end of the day, you're only using such a small piece that, you know, just give it a go. Have fun.
And you're going to show us how to make the roses?
Yeah, I'll do this before they go.
Okay.
So this is to make your roses. The most important part of it is obviously cutting first, but then the shaping. If you spend the time with the shaping, the rest of it's a doddle. So literally all I do is concertina it up in my hands and then give it a good old twist.
Right.
You know, because that really stretches.
You don't need any tools or anything?
No, no, you don't need anything. You don't need an iron, really. You know, I just do it like this and just twist it about, leave it at the side just rolled up, and I'll just do a couple of these and get on with making the actual...
Nature's never perfect, so why should a petal be perfect?
No, that's right. It colours up really lovely with oil pastels. What I tend to do is divide the petal into 3 and then use your greens. Sometimes I even add a very small amount of brown.
Right.
Because, you know, if you see roses out, it just makes it look a bit more realistic, you know, where it's been knocked or bruised or whatever. And just do the last one.
So you've
here.
got a little bit of what? Is that florist wire?
Yeah, a little bit of florist wire, and then I've just screwed up a little piece of aluminium foil.
Yeah.
Just to form like a little cone shape, almost like a little mini bud.
Right.
Right, so there we are. We've screwed them all up, and then it's a case of pulling them apart, and then that really makes it look like a fallen petal.
Really believable.
And it's quite, you know, it's quite easy to do. It's you don't have to be. It's literally just that. Am I showing it all right?
Yeah. You're doing great. Now, over 60% of the flower dyes has gone, brand new, going very, very quickly. This is not going to be here in the second hour later. And the stock we've got is the stock we've got. You know, dyes take a long time to produce, obviously.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I will try and bring it back at a later date, but it won't be, you know, maybe in a couple of months or something. Yeah. So there we are. We've got our piece of florist wire with your bud on the top.
Yep.
Now, we just take a petal, position it so that it's sat in the middle of the petal.
Mm-hmm.
And then with your hot glue gun, a little bit shaky. Oops, a little bit too much as well.
So a hot glue gun you recommend? Could you use hot glue or not?
No, because you want it to be quite fast.
Right.
You know, so we shape the first piece around like that,
mm-hmm.
and then we take another rose petal, and you want to overlap it slightly so that it covers the other one.
Yep.
As well. So glue gun again.
I love this idea for maybe a wedding or something like that. I mean, the flowers that I have for mine didn't last a day. They were kind of wilting after about 2 hours, whereas these look so real and they'll last. They'll last for years. I'll actually show you some of the finished ones as well. They are just quite breathtakingly beautiful.
I mean, I love roses. A lot of people who, you know, I know on Facebook and other social media, they know that roses are just my absolute favourite. And I love having a bowl of them in the house. Yeah. You know, you've got a bowl.
But they often don't last long.
No.
And they can look a bit sad when they start to gradually die. But, you know, these are going to keep fresh and look lovely for years. And everyone thought they were real when they walked in the studio.
They did, yeah. I mean, here you can see how I've used the brown on the very edges there just to give it a little bit of an aged look.
3/4 of the stock gone. This is about to go. So if you want it, please, the best way to order is to go to the website, hochanda.com, pop it in your basket. It's only $9.99 delivered if you are a Freedom member, remember. But think of all the flowers you could be making with them. Yep. Is it just for roses, or can you make other types of flowers?
You could do, because it's a petal. The smaller die I will show you in a minute. I'll take one and I'll show you something else.
Okay.
Right, so we've got the 3 petals on, and now what we want to do is just twist them at the top. And then that will give you your centre of your rose.
Right, very believable.
Right, and then it's a case of building the rose up, and you literally, it just cups. You know, where you've done the shaping, it'll cup. So
don't overthink it. Just
don't think it. Just give it a quick check. I mean, it very quickly comes along.
We're limited stock now, Nick, for the rose dies, if you would like them. This big one, almost obviously, as Nick said before, the larger petals here you'd have to cut out with a pair of scissors or whatever, but the centre of it has all been done by these dies. So it's totally and utterly believable.
I'll move quickly on to this one then. So what we do is we just carry on building it up in stages to form your rose.
Beautiful.
And then we go on to the next size. Now, it's entirely up to you what sizes of petal you use.
Yeah.
You know, I usually choose one slightly smaller than the other, close together, I mean, you know, to do them.
Congratulations, everybody that got this. It has now technically sold out. If you've got it in your basket, please make sure you check out. You've got one of the last ones. If any bounce back into stock, I'll let you know, but at the moment, it's gone.
Thank you ever so much. You'll love it. Yep. Will I be able to show any more, or it's I won't be able to show the other demo?
Well, that's how quickly things are going.
Yeah,
the big bundle
fast.
we've popped on the screen now, though. This is the new one that Nick's launching with us today for the very first time, with a flower theme. You know, there are lots of, obviously, dies and stamps and things out there that feature flowers. It's probably the most popular. That flowers and butterflies are probably the 2 most popular themes in crafting. So this is Nick's slant on flowers. They are fantasy flowers, really, from his own imagination. What was the one that he said was a mixture?
It's the cowslip of the valley.
Cowslip of the valley. But, you know, anything goes. This is a lovely thing. All of those are, remember, clear stamps, so they're completely transparent, but they are not photopolymer. These are a rubber-based products, so you can use them with your hot mediums, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, that was really important to me, because I do try out so many crafts. I want something that's versatile. I don't want to think, oh, no, I can't use it on that particular material. And, you know, so for me, you need to just be able to grab your stamp and do what you want to do. You know, I think sometimes you start creating and you don't actually know what sort of techniques you want to use at the beginning. So by having, you know, you don't have to think twice, you can just do whatever you like.
Well, while you're finishing that off, bearing in mind, obviously, this is a new material that a lot of us have never used before. Do you have to use the stamps in a different way or just treat them as normal?
Just exactly the same. I mean, I'm quite bad. I don't wash my stamps unless I'm going to use paint or anything like that. I won't wash them.
Yeah.
You know, you can do. I'd use just water. You don't need anything special. Definitely wouldn't use any detergents or anything.
No, and just look at the size of them as well. These are much bigger than A5, although we're still calling them we're calling them A5 Plus actually. But they're really good sizes. You've got lovely little verses there as well. It's the journey that makes us who we are. Create your own path. What does that say? Embrace life. Your journey never ends. With love, just for you. So that's one set of the stamps. The other set of the stamps is just here, and again, lovely florals from the imagination of Nick. It's not just the gift, but the love behind its beauty. There's the word bloom as well. Really lovely. So those are all the stamps that you're going to get in the set. Plus, you're going to get lots and lots of fantastic stencils. And that most important thing from my point of view that really I fell in love with was the brilliant die, the jumping.
Oh, I love
the jumping dolphin dies. So these are your stencils. Look, the weeping willow. You've got the fancy flourish. You've got the flower orbit. And then you've got that fantastic dolphin die as well. Third of the stock of the big bundle has gone at $59.95, £9 off, and on Flexi as well. And if you're a Freedom member, of course, you even get more discount down to $53.96. So that today, if you want to spread the cost into two, is just $26. No, it's not. What was it? $26.98. Yeah, $26.98 today, $26.98 in 4 weeks' time.
And there we are. I'd leave it at that myself. You can carry on with these size petals, or you could just go up and give it a fuller look. But I mean, that's
totally believable.
You can see how quickly it is. You know, the longest time was cutting them out. You know, because each one had to be done individually.
Well, congratulations if you managed to get the flower. It has gone.
Thanks ever so
every
much.
single one of those dies we could get our hands on have gone. So. Congratulations. Now the website has got everything else. Now remember, we have individual items available, so if the big bundles are out of your price range or you just want to treat yourself to a stamp set or something to try them for the first time, there they are. Look, $16.99 each for the stamps. If you want the stencils, they're $14.98 for 3A5 stencils. The flower's gone, sorry. That jumping dolphin die, we've still got that available. I'm surprised that's still there actually. $19.99, £3 off, but I've not seen a die quite like it. I really haven't. Because the die is so thin, a challenge to manufacture, but boy, it cuts everything out an absolute dream. It really does. If I just show you a few of the finished samples as well here, showing you the dolphin again. But just look how thin the metal has to be to get this kind of stained glass look. That was the challenge to produce it, but it's been done. Nick pushed and pushed and pushed, and it has been produced, it has been manufactured, and you can start to work with it. Paper piecing, it's brilliant for. If you've got any like resins and things like that you like to use, alcohol markers, you can colour them in on acetate as well. I mean, that looks like a stained glass window, doesn't it? It's really beautiful. There's another one that's been paper pieced. Gorgeous. And there again, I mean, it's my favourite die, I think, certainly of the week, maybe even of all time. I love anything to do with dolphins, as I'm sure many of you know. So that's in there, and it's Nick's venture into dies for the very first time. So this is the big bundle that's launching today. Third of the stock has gone in less than half an hour. You get 3 of the stencils, you're getting 2 of the oversized A5 stamp sets. They're more like A4, to be honest with you. It's kind of in between the two. And then you've got that lovely dolphin die down the bottom. $59.95. Freedom members give you another 10% off, actually, down to $53.96, and you can split that into 2 payments today, so it's only $26.98 to pay, and then $26.98 in 4 weeks. So that's bundle number 1. That's the new one that launched literally half an hour ago. The other bundle that we got for you, the next bundle, is just down here. Now this is one that we launched last week, in actual fact. Now this has got 4 stencils in it. These images along the top just here are stencils, and there's more than one image on each stencil. Beautiful quality, as you can see. These are more kind of abstract and more pattern-based. You've got the Greek key theme there, beautiful floral. Here you've got what looks like, I think we're calling that like that twigs of a tree, basically. Then you've got the floral one, floral buds, which is that one there, really lovely. And then at the end here, we've got this rubber stamp sheet with the hands. Now this is actually Handy Helpers is what this one's called. You've got various words actually included in the printed hand or the rubber hand. And then word-wise, you've got Love doesn't come gift wrapped. Embrace life. Your journey never ends. Without fear, we are fools. That's true, isn't it? So, and then down the bottom, we've got the ATC die. Now that's going to give you obviously the little wallet that the ATCs can fit into. It makes the envelope, and you've also got little die characters there as well, with the pointing finger, the question mark, the decorative corners as well. That has been available on its own previously, and it is available today. We've been able to get more stock of it individually. Can we pop that up on the screen? If you want that ATC envelope, we'll put it on the bottom of the screen for you. If that's all you want, then it is available individually. Here it comes. 1999 170 007, nice item number, 170 007, 1999 gets you your ATC wallet. Over half the stock of the big bundle, though, has gone. And this is on maximum flexi as well, so you can spread the cost into 3 flexi payments. It is a why not deal, which means basically by buying Freedom membership, you save more than your membership costs you, so it makes sense to do that. $6.97, 888. If you want it and you're a Freedom member, you'll get an extra discount off that $103.93, and it will be on 3 Freedom flexis as well. So there we are, $34.64 today, $34.64 in 4 weeks, and $34.64 in 8 weeks' time. Oh, sorry, there's not a Freedom membership discount on that one. This one is. Okay. So basically, the why not doesn't basically come with the box die, okay, but it comes with everything else. So that's $91.94. That's going to give you the stamps. It's going to give you the stencils as well, but it doesn't come with the ATC die. Is that right? Okay, so that one is on Freedom and on Flexi as well. But all the different bundles are there on the website if you want to have a little look at Hochanda.com. And then the last one down the end here, which is where it all started for Nick. This was his first original set. And everyone struggles, I know, with faces. Well, certainly with gents' faces. You see ladies' faces quite a bit in stencils, but not often guys' faces. So that's why he's developed these. And he's also, of course, given you 1, 2, 3, 4 stencils and 2 of the stamp sets there as well. Lots of words and images on the stamps too. You've got the dolphins. Let's have a look at some of those words. We've got Song of the Sea. What else is there? Reflection, mindfulness, grace is another word. They're all different, serene, all different fonts as well, compassion. And then those beautiful, graceful dolphins. Hope's on there as well. And just to show you some of these facial images that have been used with the actual stencils, draw around them, trace around the stencils, and then of course you can blend them with maybe the Pergamano blending tools. That would look lovely. That's with some fantastic mica that's been used on there through the stencil. It's really cool. Whether you're using chalks or watercolours to colour them in as well. And you know, every time you look at an image, you probably see someone you know in this image. And if you use the outside edge of the stencil, the image will be slightly different than if you use the inside edge of the stencil. And they're all quite modern and quite funky as well, for kind of funky hairdos too. So that's £45.76, 938 and that is available if you'd like it today. And that was the first ever set that Nick brought us. If you go to the website, which is Hochanda.com, there you'll find the Northern Light papers, which I know Nick is a massive fan of. We've got those in the show today. They're available. Northern Lights, you've got the 12x12s, the 8x8s are available as well. We've also got the Clarity Stamp adhesive sheets there as well, and mixed card blanks, they're in the show. Black and craft card, they're available. So yeah, lots on the show. Pop them into your basket, and if you're spending over £60, of course, you can enjoy Flexi order.
Yep, they're
right,
brilliant, brilliant quality card blanks, you know, and to get a true black as well, you know, it's lovely.
Yeah, fantastic. So endorsed by Nick, brought to you by Clarity. There's the black, there's the craft card.
Yeah, the craft card's fantastic as well.
Yeah.
You know, if you make your own black cards, you've got to spend so much on the card.
Yeah.
You know, if you get an A4, you're not going to get an 8x8 card, so you need to either join them together, which isn't ideal.
No.
But having them like that for you ready-made, and you get the white and the black.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy. Yeah. You know, very easy.
White and black together, they're in the show.
Yeah.
Look, 40 black, 40 white, $29.96 if you'd like to order those today. 871709. When you're not here, are you watching us all the time?
I am, yeah, it's always on.
And ordering all the time?
Always ordering. So what I'm going to, I'm using paper from the Shenandoah for this, and I'm going to use the Dancing Dolphin die.
Great.
So it's a 2-part die, so it'll stay in your card or it'll go out, cut out of your card, so you can use it on a 8x8, 10x10. Sure. Whatever you like to do.
Tell us a story about this, because the guy that manufactured it for you, he was a bit sceptical. He didn't think it could be done, did he?
Yeah, he thought that he thought there was too much card being taken out and not enough substance to the card to do it. So he didn't think it would work as a die, so I said, well, you know, I went and cut it out myself with a craft knife, sent it to him, and he said, oh, all right then, you know, but it wasn't quite as quick as that. It was a little bit more arguing than that, but I'm a bit stubborn, and I knew it'd work because it had worked for me with a craft knife.
Fair enough, and the rest is history.
The rest is history. I mean, I love it. You know, my nan took me to Disney for my 30th birthday, my mum as well. And I got the chance to swim with the dolphins, and there are people that have done it, and it just sticks in your heart, doesn't it? You know, they know you, and it's like they can talk to you. Yeah. It's something I'll never, ever, ever forget.
There's that instant bond.
Yeah.
They look into your eyes.
They do.
Yeah.
It's like they know what you're thinking and doing and everything. It's a wonderful experience. Right, so that's the die cut.
If you've never done it and you get a chance to do it, absolutely brilliant.
Sorry, a bit messy. Let's just get these last bits out.
It's just like a little jigsaw puzzle. It all just pops out.
A pokey tool I could have done with. I forgot about that.
Paper piecing is a dream. It really is.
It's lovely.
A few times
oh yeah, it's lovely with paper piercing. I've actually done it with marquetry.
Right,
I've actually got a, well, if I get chance I will do a marquetry sample, yeah. There's one behind us on the back shelf that I did with the stamp.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, that's, I used the stamp from the first collection I brought out, and that's done with marquetry. Just need to get my...
Is there any craft you don't do?
There's crafts that I don't do very well, very badly, but I stick to it to try. I mean, even if you don't think you're very good, or you know, if you enjoy it, it doesn't matter.
No,
it's you.
Exactly.
If you like what you've done, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks.
I'll pop that back. There we go. Over 40% of the big bundle is gone, and we are hoping to have enough stock for 2 shows today with Nick. I'm with him again. 3 o'clock, is it, this afternoon? Yeah.
Yep, 3 o'clock.
So what stock will we have left?
Right, that's all out. So that's the die cut itself.
Look at how accurate and precise it is.
Let's do that.
There we go, look at that. Isn't that great? I can't help but put a smile on your face.
This is wonderful, isn't it? And you can do anything. There's a stained glass window effect down there, what have you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to position that on my Shenandoah. I think the blue looks fantastic with that. The texture and movement in that is lovely. So I'm just going to do this with some spray adhesive.
Okay.
You know, your preferred one of choice. You know, whatever you like to use.
If you haven't got spray adhesive, you can still use just, you know,
little dots of, especially with the little fine nozzles.
Yeah.
It's just a question of choosing which way you prefer. So I think I'll do it this way. Oops, a little bit over there. You know, you can still see it's strong. It's not weak.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it's not weak, which is, I think, you know, taking that amount of card away. Just clean out those last bits.
It's one of the finest dies I think I've seen, definitely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to bringing more of them in the collection. There we are. So that's the first part. Now at home I'd gut everything. I'd gut all of this because it's so wasteful. And the outside of your... Actually, have I got enough time just to quickly do that?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So I'd literally just take the outside die.
Because that is a big part of what you are and what you believe, the recycling aspect of things, not being wasteful, looking after the environment, all of that's important. So, you know, when you're matting and layering something, why cover it up and waste it when you can cut it?
Card's so expensive, and I mean, it's even more important when you've got a nice piece of pattern paper or something that you don't want to waste.
Yeah.
But I use whatever I can, you know, I mean, you can get layering dies and whiz out the middle of everything. You know, no one knows, and not only that, it's cheap on postage, especially as it went up yesterday.
Yeah. Did it really?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What, in this country or
yeah, this country, yeah. So, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but
got little perforations.
The lovely little perforation dots all around the edge. And you wouldn't believe I had to draw every one.
Did you?
Yeah, I thought I'd just get away with just doing a corner and just letting them carry on, but no, he wanted all of them in. Okay. So that was a lovely job to do.
And have we got those matting and layering dies available?
This I've included in the set.
Oh, that's in with the dolphin, right?
So it gives you the opportunity of doing one or the other. Right. What I want to do as well is if I bring out another, it's going to... I'm going to keep the price down. So I'm trying to keep the price the same. So you'll actually only just be paying for the main die,
Right.
and use your
Because the outer square
yeah.
you'll already
And
have with the
I'll keep
dolphin.
it those
Yeah.
sort of sizes.
That's good. Good.
You know, because we want money to spend on more important things.
Mhm.
Now I've lost my tape. Yeah, every penny helps, doesn't it? Really.
Oh, totally. So in that die set, just so you're clear, if I grab it, where is it? There. Yeah, like Nick was showing you, you've got the main detail, and then you've got this perforated outside edge, so you can use that completely independently of the dolphin die if you don't want to use it all the time. So there we are, 2 dies in there. Details if you want this on its own, it's still available on its own, I'm amazed. $19.99, but it is proving very, very popular. And even the packaging is environmentally friendly as well. More about Nick's blog on the front of the packaging too. And of course, what's inside the envelope is printed on the back as well. I'd love to do like stained glass effect on.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another one. There's another one just here. Oh, yeah, look. Is that like a resin that's been used on that, Nick?
Yeah, that's. Do you remember Gallery Glass?
Yes.
That's Gallery Glass.
Ah. Got another
It's,
one. Thank you, Ben. This one's been using. Is that gilding flakes?
Yeah, that looks like gilding flakes. Is that from? I think from Cheryl.
Oh, amazing.
It's, there's just so many different things you can do with it. It's not. One thing I don't like is these one-trick ponies. You know, where you buy something and it's the only thing you can do with it.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many. I've made a lantern. The design team have done so many different things with it.
Oh, what's this? Ben's just handing me things at random.
Yeah, this is actually for my little niece, Charlotte. She wanted a bookmark. So it just shows you I cut it out of leather, the dolphin, and just use the dolphin part, and then shrink plastic for the little dolphins at the bottom, added a few little beads.
From the stamp set.
Yeah.
Love it. Really cool. Thank you, Ben. There's a shaker card. Oh yeah, of course. Perfect for shaker cards.
Yeah, fantastic for shaker cards. There's easel cards there. There's so many different ways of using it, and completely different looks just by changing the colour. Changing the colour and changing the style. Box lids and
stuff,
there's little notelets in there, I think.
That's another one of Barbara Gray's backing papers, look.
Yeah, I've used that a lot. It's and then inside.
Oh, great.
You know, that's a brilliant way of taking them to a craft market. You know, you can get a lot more money if you do craft markets just by.
Who doesn't love a dolphin? Everyone.
Yeah, I think they should really be the next owl. Myself. You know, dolphins, they are lovely creatures. And then I'm just going to layer this onto white.
Looking good.
And I think I'd use foam tape on this as well. I was so strapped for bringing things over this time because there was so many samples and that I had to
Nick messaged
work
me
out
last
which
week
is.
and he said, Dave, are you going to wear your shirt, your paint splash shirt? He said, I'll bring mine if you're going to wear yours. But you didn't have room for yours, did
No,
you?
pants and socks, and that's all I had. I just had to go out and get some shirts, and I just brought my Hochanda shirt, you know, something nice to wear, and that was all I could bring.
Yeah.
And I was still overweight.
Well, I don't have to fly up from Bournemouth. I just load the car up. I'm all right, but you have to fly over. So.
But it's been lovely to be here. I've had such a fantastic time. I always do.
You've been in for a week, haven't
Hochanda.
you, or?
Yeah, I've been here just over a week so far.
Right.
Just check. There we are.
Really?
It's always worth to check and double check. And then lastly, I've just used Your Journey Never Ends from one of the stamp sets in today's collection also.
Fabulous. Well, I love the fact that you're loving the big bundle, which is the third release from Nick. All 3 of the bundles are on the counter here and are in the show as well. And it's not just the same thing every time. Everything's different. So this latest edition is all about the flowers. The previous one was all about, of course, predominantly there was some faces and so on in that second set, which was really lovely. And then the first set, all about the gents' faces. You've got lovely stencils, dies. The ATC theme, remember, as well in the second one?
Yeah, that's another important thing, actually. Everything's sized throughout the whole collection to work with your ATCs, card making, scrapbooking, journaling. and that's what I'll do throughout. There's the single words that are in the first collection and fonts. They'll be carried through the whole collection, so eventually when you do build your library, you'll be able to mix them with each different collection to make up your own sentiments.
Brilliant.
I didn't want to really tie people down with lots of definite sentiments, and that's all they could do with it.
Yeah, you can build up your own verses and phrases and things.
You know, stamps, even the unmounted stamps, they take such a lot of room. You know, once you build up a collection, you know, you can use boxes and boxes and boxes of sentiments. I mean, I know myself, you know, I love sentiments, and, you know, the collection's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, so by bringing out words and linking words, you've got, you know, whatever you like to do. And then just to finish off, I'm just going to put the sentiment just there.
Love it.
And then that's just a very simple card. I mean, it's fantastic for doing batch making. I mean, you can just run them through, and like the notelets that I showed, sorry.
Well, remember the Shenandoah designer papers from Clarity and Barbara, they're on the show as well, so if you like the look of that effect, go for, obviously, Nick's kit or bundle, or just go for the die, it's entirely up to you, and go for the Shenandoah as well, because that will work really, really well.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Okay, now the big bundle, let's remind you of that. Half the stock of this is now gone in just over 40 minutes, so we are on schedule for a sellout, I reckon, possibly today. You're looking at 2 flexes on this as well. This is the latest from Nick, and he's listened to what people have asked for. Everyone loves flowers. These are his fantasy flowers, though. Lots of floral stamps, as you can see, lots of lovely words and verses in there as well. My favourite has to be the dolphin die, and it's yours as well, I think, too. So there, that is included with the outside square cutting die as well, so you get 2 dies in the set. And then down the bottom, you've got those wonderful texture, amazing, you know, the, what do you call them, stencils. So you get all of those as well. 3 sets of stencils, 2 sets of stamps, and of course the dies as well. All of that on Flexi as well. Now the other collection we've got for you is this one. Now this is what was new last week, so you've got lots of stamps, as you can see at the top, lots of background stamps. You've got the ATC card die, so that will cut out the envelopes that your ATCs can go in. You've also, of course, got lots of stamps there as well. And remember, these are brand new formulations. The stamps are made out of a rubberized material, so they will withstand heat, basically.
Will withstand heat.
Yeah. So that's on Flexi as well. 3 Flexi buy payments of $34.64. That's a rubber stamp sheet as well, of course, that one. 966746 your item number for that particular bundle. And then we've got our Faces collection, where it all started for Nick with us. And you're also going to get the dolphin stamps in there, as well as the facial features. The stencils are fantastic. You can trace the outside of the stencil or the inside, and you'll get a totally different look to the face as well. Funky haircuts as well, so this could be your son, grandson, best friend, could be you, like a self-portrait. Colour them in, sketch them, do them in just pencil and blend them. Lots of ways of using them, of course, and you get the 2 stamp sets as well. $45.76 today. That is on Flexi as well, though. 938487 is your item number. Now, not just, of course, when it comes to crafting, not just card making. Oh no.
No, you've got to push the boat out, haven't you? You know, it's nice to show people all the different things you can do, rather than do lots of cards. I thought, you know, I'll raid the little cheapy shops.
Why not? Yeah.
I mean, you can pick up such a, you know, just a really cheap shade. I mean, I think this was just over £1.
Right.
You know, it's a basic shade. It's all right as it is, but I wanted to just jazz it up a bit. So what I'm going to do is use my Flower Orbit stencil.
Yeah. That's in the latest collection.
Yep, and I've just, oh, by the way, this actually does line up as well. You can extend it.
What, to repeat the pattern?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It is, I won't say it's, you know, just one of them easy patterns that you can do, but I've repeated the flower, so you can move it along.
Like it.
I just wanted to show you a couple of things with this this one, because it gives you 2 completely different looks. So the first one, I'm going to just use the paint.
So this is what, acrylic paint or fabric?
This is the from Pink Ink.
Yep.
They're fabric paints.
Okay. Oh, Cosmic
They
Sugar.
were on the other day. Yep. Yesterday, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm using the fabric paint neat here. I'm just going to brush it on. I love this stencil. It's one of my favourites. It's such a strong pattern.
Do you actually start sketching it with just a pencil and pad, or do you do it
I do it
graphically on a
all. I
computer?
have to do it all on paper. I'm hopeless at technology. Anyone will tell you. It's impossible for me to do anything on the computer apart from messages and
If you
emailing.
were good at technology, you probably wouldn't be good at crafts. You can't be good at everything, can you?
No, I think they say you use a different part of your brain, don't they? And I think mine only works on one side.
It's really good to have you here with us, though,
It's
because
brilliant
we're
to
so
be
used
here.
to getting messages. Oh, Nick in Bulgaria's been in touch. Oh, hi, Nick. And now he's here.
Yeah, I love to help people when I can, and I love to share things. And
We've got loads of emails from people like yourself that are watching and,
Oh, really?
and saying how much they're
it's
enjoying the show.
fantastic.
This is what Hochanda's all about, you see, because you had a dream
Yeah.
to have your own range, and it's happened. And it's great, and people love it. Is crafting in Bulgaria different to the UK? Are the styles and things very similar or not?
Do you know there isn't many crafting things around at all in Bulgaria?
Isn't there?
No, I did start off a craft club for the children in my village because they closed down the school.
Right.
And they haven't really. A lot of the families can't get their children to go to school, so I set up a craft club which I did once a month.
Right.
But unfortunately, the library needed the room a lot more than I did, so I lost it. So really, what I'd like to do is buy a cheap building over there and set it up myself, so I can do crafting all the time. You know, so I can do it at least once a week, or.
And we'll come over and film it.
Oh God, yeah, that'd be fantastic. You'd be more than welcome. Very small village, no hotel or anything, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
No, nothing. I've just got a post room and a bar. That's it.
Oh, well, the bar, that's all you need.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah, Leonie and I will be over.
Yeah, it's a fantastic place. You know, they're so friendly and helpful and generous.
I must admit, Bulgaria's a place I've not been to.
Have you not been
No,
there?
never.
Oh, it's a lovely place. The countryside's fantastic, and I live not far from a nature reserve,
Right.
which is a protected nature reserve, which is really lovely. It's just that I find it so busy here when I come because, you know, you very rarely see any cars, you know, at all where I am. It's usually a traffic jam caused by geese or pigs or the cowman that walks past and, you know, he's got a herd of
Well, where our studios
things.
are, we're in Oundle, which is near Peterborough, but it's a very, very small town, but even that's busy to you as well.
Yeah, it is. Friends I'm staying with, they live out in March, and it's incredibly quiet there, but even that's busy for me.
Oh, look
Right,
at this.
so that is the look you get with it on its own.
Tell you what, that would not be £1 if that was in a shop. That would be classed as a designer lampshade.
Yeah,
wouldn't
it's
it?
lovely. And then, I mean, am I all right for time
Yeah,
still?
yeah.
If I just show you one more panel very quickly.
You've got about 5 minutes, so.
Oh dear, is it already gone quick?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to use this cup of my water just to show you. You don't need much water. You still, I mean, this is lovely, but it shows off its best if you have it on the lamp.
Right.
It's an absolutely amazing effect. Let's just get this quickly on here, sort it out. Right, you don't have to be quite so careful with this. My spray's running out now, so I'll just give it a quick spray.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be quite so careful this time because we want it to leak underneath the stencil a little bit.
Right. What was the feeling like when you got your first produced stamp or stencil or
I
die?
could have cried.
Really?
Yeah. Because the first lot did actually take quite a long time because I'm so new to it. It was finding out the rules and, you know, what you could and couldn't do with them.
Yeah,
and
what machinery can do and can't
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
And being greedy, you know, I was chock-a-blocking the stamp sheets and they were saying, no, no, no. And I said, yeah, I'm not leaving all that space. It seemed such a waste to me, but being a crafter, you want to pack them as full as you can, don't you?
Totally.
So,
And you get everything produced in Bulgaria or over here, or?
No, it's I had the rubber stamps produced here in the UK.
Yeah.
And the dyes I've got come from China.
Right.
So it's seeking out what I think's best. For these stamps, I couldn't find anyone else that would do the thermoplastic rubber.
And while you're the only one we know that does that, I don't know of any other companies that do. There may be other people that do it, but the benefit of that is that sometimes photopolymer, you've got to be a bit careful when you're using it around heat. You know, the quality of the photopolymer can vary, whereas this has got a rubberized base to it, so you can use it with heat, your UT, you can use it with your ultra thick embossing powders and stuff like that without any worry.
And the beauty of, oh sorry, I'm losing my voice. The beauty of it is it's clear to see, to see where you're positioning.
Yeah.
Because, especially if you're building up patterns or whatever and you want it as in a definite place, I'll leave it there because otherwise you're going to get bored silly with me painting it. So fingers crossed it has leaked enough. Yeah, not quite as much as I like, but...
yeah, I see what you mean though. Not quite as accurate, not quite as precise.
Because if you mix a lot more water, you get layering through there. I mean, you can see it close up. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but
actually, Katie, our producer, just said it looks a bit like tie-dye, and I was thinking the same, actually, it does.
So I've made a mess here, but there's a finished one.
Wow,
so what I've done, let me move
the
that
dolphins
out
are
the
on
way.
the edge. Shrink plastic dolphins.
So you'll be able to see more on this side if you can get really close. You can see how lovely the layering is.
Yeah.
Can you? But you still get the gorgeous shit. Oh, that's fantastic! Look at that. So you can see it's really, really leaked a lot under there. So you get the real concentrated shimmer, and then you get the colour base as well as a separate design. And then I've used the stamp from the set. And then from the first, I've literally just
some shrink plastic dolphins.
Some little shrink plastic dolphins from the first set.
Well,
but that's fantastic. Jazzing the quid a pound up.
I know.
And getting a lampshade like that.
That certainly doesn't look like a £1 lampshade. Now let's remind you of what you're going to get in the big bundle, and we'll show you as many finished samples as we can because you've got a great design team, Nick, as well.
Oh, I couldn't have done it without them. They've been absolutely top notch. It's been fantastic.
Well, this is the main bundle today that is launching today. There's another show. Come back for more demos with Nick and myself at 3 o'clock this afternoon because this is only half of what you're going to be seeing today. So at the top here, these are the latest technology stamps that we were talking about that you can use with heated projects as well, no problem at all. They are in between A5 and A4 really. They're much, much bigger than A5 and Nick's kept the price. Normally, what you pay for A5 is what you're paying for these. So these are A5 plus, so great value for money. Both of these are kind of fantasy flowers from Nick. Down the bottom, you've got 3 stencils, backgrounds and so on. And then my favourite, and I think your favourite as well, Nick, was the dolphin. The dolphin die.
I do love the dolphin.
Stunning, absolutely stunning. So you can paper piece it, you can colour it in like a stained glass window, do all sorts of effects with it. But just showing you some of these finished tags and so on that we've got here.
And they've just done such an amazing job, in such a short time. It's always exciting when you see the cards. I try not to look at them until I actually see them in real life, because it's so much better in real life than on the camera.
Well, I'm really chuffed. Everybody at home's loved it. I bet you are as well.
I am. I want people to have fun with their crafting. I think everyone should do it, really.
We're back together at 3 o'clock with more demos. Get your kit now and have a little look at the website for everything else from Nick.